Can we play Kamala Harris, please? This cut one. This is, wow.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
But
My staff will deal with that later.
Okay. All right. Her and Oprah just laughing it up. It's great. So she's a gun owner. I would like anyone in the press to ask, what kind of gun do you own?
When did you get it? Where did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
What gun store did you purchase it from?
Yeah.
For
when
example.
was the last time you went to the range? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would. I'd love to know that question because she's the exact kind of person you don't want to own a gun. I can guarantee you, she's not. Can you see her wearing the goggles and the earphones to protect her ears out of the firing range? Oh, I do it once a month. No, you don't. You've never fired the gun. Never fired the gun. Oh, this is such a sham. This is such all the world is but a stage and we are merely but its players. I mean, this is a performance. She deserves an Oscar for this. And you know what? The way things are in America, she could win one. They might at the end of this one because they won't care anymore. They'll be like, and for Best Actress, pretending she was like, liked America and a gun owner, Kamala Harris.
Yeah, good job. She can have that award as long as she accepts it when she doesn't live in the White House. That is I do think it was a relatively smart tactic on this one. I think it was somewhat of a smart tactic because the American people see Oprah as an interview show.
Yeah.
Like when they see that setup, they see an interview.
Yeah.
But this is a woman who spoke at her convention. This is almost a running mate.
I know.
Right? Like, this is not an interview. And the good thing about having this set up, and I think this is why I think it's smart, is, look, Kamala Harris had some bad moments in that interview, absolutely. But Oprah's a pro at being able to smooth those over and talk her into it and lead her in the right directions. It's like an interview coach on stage with her as she's doing it. It's incredible.
I know. But she couldn't answer one question. Here it is. Cut 2, please.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Oh, God.
Yeah. First of all, thank you both for being here.
Please don't say it.
Yours is
say aspirations, please.
a story I hear around the country as I travel. And
say it.
in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams.
There we go.
The right to
and
have those
ambitions for your family.
Ambitions and aspirations.
And working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been.
Yeah, sure.
And we need to deal with that.
Okay.
And there are a number of ways.
Why?
One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities,
Okay,
including
that was
groceries.
the question. How are you going to do that? That was the question. How are you going to bring down the cost? So we've got lots of ideas to fight this. And what we have to do is bring down the cost of everyday necessities. Wait,
important. First of all, it's so ridiculous. This is what she does. She remembers a few words from the question and then just works them into her answer, and then fills it with nonsense, jibber jabber, idiocy.
No.
But what I will say about her proposals here and her identification of the problems, bring them down from what? Bring them down from what? From you! From your administration. You're sitting here running for president, saying you're going to solve the problems that you yourself and your dopey 900-year-old running mate created. It's incredible. How could anyone believe this?
Do we have the clip? It was on yesterday's sheet. The clip from my show on Wednesday where I was showing. This is so amazing, Stu. I showed the inflation rate and how it's going down. Okay.
Okay.
Do we happen to have that clip by any chance? Oh, it's way down.
Way down. I hope you're not.
Yeah.
I hope you know it's going way down.
Well, I mean, you can tell when you go in to buy groceries.
Right.
It's
That's
way
true.
down. Here
Way
it
down.
is. What? All of the things that they did 3-4 years ago, it's all now picking up speed, and it's all being seen now by you. But don't worry, it's all fine. It's all fine. We're lulled to sleep with reporting like this. The recent consumer price index shows, quote, inflation cools to 2.5%. Wow. Core prices, things like food, housing, energy, cars, things we actually buy and need, were a bit higher at 3.2. Now, what do you notice about these numbers? 2.5% inflation, 3.2% inflation. I mean, that seems manageable, right? Doesn't seem, it seems almost normal, doesn't it? We can deal with that. 2.5%, 3.2%, trust in the system and we'll all be okay. The government can keep spending and we can keep swiping the credit cards. Let me take you to the chalkboard for a second and show you something the government never wants you to see, and nobody in the mainstream media will ever explain it this way. Here's the inflation. We've all been hearing for 4 years now that there's nothing wrong with the national debt, the deficit, and inflation. It's fine. Bidenomics. The Fed has a plan. Everything is actually okay, and prices are coming down, or at least rising at a slower rate. But is that actually how you feel when you go to the grocery store? When you pay your energy bill? When you look at your new insurance bill? You fill up the gas tank. Do you feel like, it's fine, Bidenomics is working? Let me show you the reason for the disparity and also how the government is pulling off their little magic trick. Let me show you this part of the chalkboard. I'm going to start here. It reflects the consumer price index from 23 to the end of 2024. This is the average cost of goods that we pay to support our family with things like clothes, cars, gas, energy bills, 3.2 to 2.5. You can see that there is a gradual increase from last year, but then boom, right at the tail end of 2024, like right now, during the election, isn't that weird? You can see that cooling comes down. Wow, it's working. Bidenomics is working. That's really not that big of a change. I mean, if this is where we were, how come, why is it so hard to make ends meet? Why are credit cards all maxed to the limit? While we're arguing over the numbers like 2.5 and 3.2 month to month, let me show you the actual chart. See, that was just 1 year. Let me take you all the way back to 1950. This is 1950. Here's 2020. This is Trump. And this is the inflation that we had from Biden and Harris. The government wants you to focus on this, okay? But let me just show you. This right here, that is this.
It's this little tiny
I
area.
don't know if you can zoom in enough.
Sliver. Can't even notice it.
Yeah.
If
you slide down, it's that big. I mean, that is, when you look at the actual chart, down from what is the question? Down from what?
Yeah. It's down from all-time highs that they are responsible for.
Yep.
They're bragging about bringing a slight decrease from a historic increase that's their responsibility. And they're saying, elect us because we'll do slightly better than the worst of all time, which was also us.
But don't worry, because she'll allow you to have a gun in your house. Because if anybody comes into her house, she's going to, well, it won't be her. No. It will be Secret Service. But you can have a gun. And I want to know how many rounds in your clip?
Right.
How many rounds do you have? Do you have a 6-shooter, a 7, a 10, a 12, a 20? What do you have in that clip? Because that's exactly how she would refer to it. Well, I can hold 7 rounds, but I only put 1. How many bullets do you need, really? At times I'll put 2 or 3 in because I might be nervous and miss the first couple. I haven't been to the range in a while. Hope I don't hit anybody else. It's incredible. It's incredible. As they are making things more dangerous in America, as they are making crime easier to commit, as they are making more people into criminals because they can't afford to live, as they're importing criminals into the country, they want to take away your guns. Oh, okay. All right. That sounds good. Wait a minute. But you're going to bolster the police. No, we're going to reimagine the police. Oh, okay. You know, something tells me that we're headed in the wrong direction. But Oprah, she knows we're absolutely fine and there's nothing to worry about. After all, she went to Reverend White Wright's church too. She knows the truth.